Now today's video for you is how to use metallic watercolours by painting something just like this. So let's get the brushes wet, shall we? And let's make a start. Now this lovely shiny paper, it's got like a bit of a shimmer on there, isn't it? Little tiny silver speckles. Is made by Paul Rubin, which is this one here. I've used it a few times for making greeting cards, that sort of thing really. Now then, we need a circle. Block of tape. Quite a wide block of tape that. I'm going to draw all the way around that, around the outside edge. You can have whatever size circle you want or whatever shape that you want as well. And I've printed off a silhouette, as you can see, of a hummingbird. So I want to put that right in the middle. I've got an 8B pencil here, which is a really soft leaded pencil. And very lightly, just scribble over the back of that. You can use transfer paper if you want to, graphite backed, which I very often use. This is just a very quick way of transferring that onto the paper. 1 second. Okay, so that's going to go down there, right in the middle, something like that. Grab some tape. This is a low tack tape. Just lightly tape it down, just so it doesn't move more than anything. I grab a hard leaded pencil. This is a 2H mechanical pencil by Faber-Castell. And what you need to do now is trace around the outside edge using a medium pressure. When I say medium, not too hard. Think about when you press on the back of your hand. If it hurts, you're pressing too hard. Okay, that should do. Look at that. That works a treat, doesn't it? It really does. Now, if you wanted to, go around the outside edge of that using a fine tipped waterproof pen, just like this one here. Look, there you go. And that works really well. I might use that. That's a 01. But there's a variety of different makes on the market. Just make sure that it's definitely waterproof. Otherwise, you find it a run when you add that colour over the top, or the colours in our case. Then all I want to do is draw some random marks and shapes in the middle. It doesn't matter what shapes they are, just play around with some general ideas and see what you can come up with while you're doing this. Just leave plenty of gaps in between though. I'm going to join that one right onto the edge of the circle there. And once I've drawn these out in pencil, then I'll go over the top of these again using that waterproof pen. Plenty of gaps in between, remember. You can have geometric shapes if you want to in there. Put loads of stipples, loads of dots in there, just by using the colours on their own. The choice is entirely yours, of course. And then go over the top of that with the pen. Now you can obviously just use the pen first on its own. If you want to do, it's not a problem. Just to save having to do it out in pencil first of all. But when you use pencil first, if you want to make a change, you know you can do, just by simply erasing those pencil marks. But I like to kind of plan things out a little bit more by using the pencil first of all. Then, as you can see, go over the top of that using this waterproof pen. Once you've done all this, grab yourself an eraser and erase all of those pencil marks as well. So all you're left with is just that waterproof ink. Now that's all done, I'm going to play with the Cotman metallic watercolours, or Winsor Newton Cotman. And they only made 8 I think within a set. So I'll have a play with them and see how they go. Now I have done a little test of these colours, as you can see. So we've got iridescent blue, we've got yellow gold, bronze, red copper, silver, pewter, iridescent black, and also iridescent white. I don't think I'll use the white in this case unless I want more of a shimmer on the paper. Now this will tip when you're using half pans for the first time. They're really hard, and you can see how well they shake in there as well. Give them a light misting, probably about 5 or 10 minutes before you start. That will help soften those paints down a little bit more, okay? This kit does come with a travel brush. So this is a little tiny one like this lot. If I just pull it out, hey, come out here. A little tiny brush like that, and you can just put that onto the end, and there you go. I'll start off by painting the hummingbird first of all, using the lightest colour. So this is that one with the yellow gold. Look at that. Oh, what a lovely colour. I have found though that you need to use these very creamy. Otherwise, you find, when you look at my test card here, you find that when you water it down, that's still got the colour on there, on that yellow gold. You can't see the shine on that, can you? There's no shine at all on this bottom left-hand corner. That's because I've watered that paint down. The same will apply with the iridescent blue. I've only got a shine on that top corner there. Always remember to use them paints fairly thickly. So quite a lot of paint on that brush, probably too much even. But these are transparent pigments, so because of that, you find that you can see through them, which is great, if you want to put another colour underneath. And very carefully drop that colour onto the paper. So starting off with this lovely yellow gold, I want to fade that into another colour in a minute. Probably around, let's just do the head, shall we? Around there. Yeah, probably there. So rinse that brush out. I'm going to go for blue. So this is that iridescent blue, and that can be our next colour. So I've got a big water run on the bottom of that brush now, and because of that, that will dilute that paint. You can weaken it down, and you won't get that lovely iridescence or that lovely metallic feel to it. Probably to about there. Bring it up into the gold. Oh, look at that. Oh, lovely colour. Wash that brush out. Then very lightly, using tiny circles, tickle that into that gold colour. So you're mixing two of these metallic paints together. So you can't see where one colour starts and the other one finishes. This time I'm going to go for the bronze, which is that one there, a bit more water I think. The only problem with new half pans, as you can tell, they make a lot of noise because they rattle about within the kind of recess there, which can be quite irritating. Then this one is going to go for probably another quarter width. Maybe it's about there. Yeah, then that can just be the next colour, can't it, there? That's a lovely colour, I said, the bronze, isn't it? And so far, I do like these colours. Then again, tiny circles and blend that colour, that bronze, into that iridescent blue. Working on both sides. Get a bit more iridescent blue if you want to. And blend it with that. Doesn't really matter. I want to see how well these colours blend together. I mean, so far they're blending okay, not too bad. Then we'll do the same again, using our next colour, the red copper. That's only slightly different from that bronze. It's more red, obviously. Quite a nice colour. Add that one in very carefully using the very tip of the brush to the tips of those wings. I want this to stand out. Okay, that's that done. So now what I want to do is do the same thing again, but using our other colours, which are these three. I might use the white yet, we'll see. I'm not too sure about that one. For all these patterns around our hummingbird. I don't want to use the same colours though. These colours on the top are solely for the hummingbird. Okay, I'm going to carry on, do some more of these now, play with these colours and see what we can create. This is the sort of time where you put the radio on, or some lovely quiet music, and just play. You can have these as single colours, or if you want to, paint them in rainbow colours. Entirely your choice really, of course. But for me, I think I'm going to go for single colours. And I'm going to go for the pewter, this one here. I'm not trying to do this in any particular order or anything like that. Just making sure that I put plenty of paint on the paper in random places. Yeah. That's the beauty about this sort of technique really, is that you can just play with your own imagination. And sometimes when you think, I haven't got imagination, Paul. Well, I haven't got a great imagination. I've been painting for over 40 years, but you think, well, even after that time you think I would have, but no, I haven't. So just by doodling with a pencil first of all, and then that waterproof pen, you can create whatever shapes or forms you want around your silhouetted image. And don't forget, it doesn't have to be a circle, an oval, a triangle, a square, whatever shape that you want it to be. That, of course, is entirely up to you. Well, let's get these filled in now, just with the pewter colour, then the iridescent black. Yeah, I don't think I'll bother with the white. Not in this case. But that'd be more suitable when you're working with a black paper, or you're painting over the top of normal watercolours using these lovely metallic paints. I do hope that Winsor Newton do bring more out, because they are very nice to use, you know. Let's try out the iridescent black. I'll try that one there. I don't know. Is it black, or is it more like a dark grey? And so far, it does look fairly black, doesn't it? Trying to stress the word fairly out there. Yeah, that's okay, isn't it? That's not too bad. These colours do appear to be working really well at the moment. They They really do. I do hope they make more of a selection, because you've got 4 empty half-pen wells there. Because that would be handy if they did. Like a bright red metallic or bright green metallic, anything like that. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Because there are 2 of the colours we haven't got. You can mix the colours together if you wanted to. So if you mix, for example, the gold with the blue, you're obviously going to get some form of a green, aren't you? So you can do that. But I'm not doing that today. I want to keep all the colours around the edge of our hummingbird very subdued. Nothing too bright and cheerful. Not like me, of course. Yeah. Well, cheerful anyway. Now, when you look at this, most of it's dry. And we can see a bit of a shimmer on there now. This paint here is wet, and that one's wet, and that one's wet. That's all that's wet on there. You can see it's got a lovely shine on that paper. Not forgetting the speckly shine on the paper itself. And I have to say, you know, that's very effective. Have fun with this and pick yourself a silhouette image and see what design you can come up with for something like this. Now, I do paint a lot of detailed birds here on YouTube, so if you fancy giving one a try, have a look to the top right hand corner of the screen. Okay, I'll see you there.